In this video I talk about the loading points of the Jodel. I explain how I came to make up my spreadsheet. I give a shout out to a brand new YouTuber, and I compare my last 4 landings at Nayland. This was a very short flight I did. After the permit, changing the oil, did an extensive ground run, but I also like to do a short air test to make sure that I haven't got any leaks. It's been a very busy week, but unfortunately not a flying week as such. So what I thought I'd do this week is answer 1 or 2 people's questions about that spreadsheet that I included some time ago. But before I do that, I'd like to say a very big welcome to all my new subscribers, and of course thank all those people that have been with me for some time for their continued support. It was really nice to read some of the comments from last week's video, which seemed to go down very well with the majority of you, although I have to say it was rather strange that, bearing in mind I had some very nice comments, according to the analytics of YouTube, I actually managed to lose 20 subscribers, but yeah, puzzled by that a bit. Talking of new subscribers, I'd like to give a shout out to Nick and his channel Let's Go Flying, which he only started in March of this year. Nick has been filming in 4K, so the material he uses is very, very detailed. And it was interesting to hear that he thanked Rory and Ben Atkinson for the help that they'd given him. It is really nice to see the UK YouTube pilot community growing in this way.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Go Flying. You are joining me on the runway at Park Hall Farm. I'm about to fly G-Megs back home to Ashcroft for the very first time, and I didn't have a chance to plug in my audio recording equipment, so just enjoy the takeoff for now. With no audio equipment, it's obviously going to be a pretty boring flight, so I've skipped straight to final for runway 09 back at Ashcroft, and yeah, as I promised on the previous video, it was quite a bumpy, pretty rubbish landing to be fair, so I'll leave that with you to enjoy.
Before I go into any detail with the spreadsheet, I thought I'd take you back to the weighing process.
Okay, we'll come forward again. Go forward.
Are we there?
Yeah, that's good.
is, what it is, it does actually show quite clearly a very strange
I'll have to get that after.
gravity has got it.
Right, we need to close the door now.
Okay.
We need to close the door because we're going to work out the centre of the CFG.
Yeah.
So first off, let's take these figures. Move forward with fuel.
And it's normally the same culprit.
It's not you, is it?
Right.
Bolt holding the aerial, and I mark the floor. So I'm going to go from the centre of that bolt
Yeah.
to the floor. Right. So, ready when you are? That's it. There you go. What I'll do, I'll use the raw data we got and see where the CG comes out and see if it's anywhere close to
Okay.
what we had before. That's going to be 7450. Yeah, it's gone back an inch from the CG.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right with what you've done to it?
Yeah, we took the big heavy generator off it and the big heavy starter off it, put lightweight ones on.
Right.
And they're about
Yeah.
From Kirkbride to Bodmin. And your weight, you're a little bit lighter than average, in fact. You're a little bit lighter than average.
well, that's what
964.
We've got a relatively lightweight paint
Yes.
finish on it and a relatively light engine base.
You're about 15 or 16 pounds lighter than an average.
Yeah, well, that's good because that's what we're basically aiming for.
That's brilliant, yeah. I'm more than happy.
Okay, cup of tea time then. According to the paperwork, the centre of gravity for the Jodel DR1050 should be between 12.6 and 20.1 inches. That's 320 and 510 millimetres aft of datum. The datum for this aircraft is the leading edge of the wing. This weighing of Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel gives us an empty weight of 967 pounds, that's 438 kilogram, and a basic centre of gravity as 13.32 inches or 338 millimetres aft of datum. Using the basic principles of physics, we know that a 10 kilogram weight, 1 metre, from a pivot point will be balanced by a 1 kilogram weight which is 10 metres from the pivot. The distance of the weight from the pivot is called the arm. The weight times the arm is the moment, and this will either be a positive or negative number for weight and balance calculation. This diagram shows the 5 main loading points on the Jodel DR1050 along with the positive and negative moments. This is the spreadsheet as it appears on my laptop, but I said I'd talk my way through the spreadsheet as it appears on my iPad, so that looks a little bit different. Many of you will know exactly how the spreadsheet works, but for those people that are not so sure, well, I'll have a go. Basically, a spreadsheet is made up of a number of columns, they're the lines going down, and rows, they're the ones going across. A lot of the cells, which are the individual squares, actually don't carry a formula. They're basically just there for information. So if you look down here in column A, it's just the various loading positions. B, well, we've got 2 numerical values, and that's the amount of fuel in litres. Weight in C, that column there is just again numbers. The arm in column D is just for information, and you'll find out in a moment what happens in column F with the actual moment. In row A, that's the information that was taken from the basic weighing. So what we need to do is we need to find out what the formula is for this cell. To find out the moment for this loading position, we want to multiply the pilot's weight, which is in C4, by the arm, which is listed in D4 at 480, to give us a total moment of 44,160. This is then repeated for each row right the way down until you get to the two fuel rows. Here we set up a formula in C8 to find the weight of fuel in the front tank by multiplying its contents, B8, by 0.72. To find the moment value for the fuel, we then multiply C8 by the arm, which is minus 260, minus because it's forward of the datum point. We can then find the total weight in C11 by adding the cells C2 down to C10. The total moment F11 is calculated in exactly the same way with cells F2 down to F10. The last stage of the process is to work out the centre of gravity, which is done by dividing the total moment F11 by the total weight C11. In this instance, it's 398.66, which is well within limits. I think we need a break from numbers, so I thought I'd end this video with a comparison of my last 4 landings at Nayland. Tick like if you enjoyed this video, share with anyone who you think might be interested in it. Please leave a comment, it makes it all worthwhile. And of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Until next week, take care and stay safe.